What's up, dude?
Dude, we're over 100 now.
Not the price, the subscribers, which is a lot more important than the price.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, shout out to Adam Zemecka. He loves the show, dude. He's one of our best supporters. It was great to watch him share that little clip. And you were calling out how his Mana wallet, was ranked among the top four in Square. So that was cool. It's a great wallet. I've been using it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Adam is the man, and we're just dedicating our shows now to talking about mana and that, and him just being an awesome dude. Uh, yeah, no, I think he's probably responsible for like 50% of our subscribers, to be honest, because he's always like reposting. He reposts our stuff more than we actually spend reposting it. I have to get better at actually telling people to,
Yeah.
watch our podcast and subscribe. I don't
I,
really.
I know, dude. I was telling him over the weekend we were chatting. I'm like, we're not like other podcasts. You're not going to get charts, analysis. All it is just like the our gut feeling on what's going on in Bitcoin, like right now. And so yeah, we forget to do the things like, subscribe, reshare. We never. The only thing that we do is invite people to stack sats with us. But I think that's a good public service.
Yeah, man, that's all that really matters. We're just here to have fun, talk a little shit, stack some sats.
What else is there? That's it. I mean, I think we talk about Zemeckis more than we talk about Sailor.
Well, let's talk about Sailor. Right now let's talk about some of the the price action. We're approaching 90K again, and I mean it's looking pretty good. I was a little disappointed. I Last week's show I said I thought that we were going into the 70s. Maybe that was just wishful thinking. I would have loved to see a 70 dip and sustain that for another couple weeks, just to stack as much as I could. I don't know. We still could go in that direction, but um, maybe not. Maybe we end the year strong after all. Who knows? Bitcoin surprises us every single day, so we'll see.
I've seen so many different reasons why we dumped. I saw recently a post about how Binance may have been the exchange that lost the peg on one of their stable coins. And instead of going out to the market to price their stable coin, they pegged it internally and it dropped to 65 cents from a dollar. And that made a bunch of healthy accounts that were using margin go negative and they were margin called, wiping out I think something like 2 million users and of course billions of dollars. And I don't know if that's true or not. I think Tom Lee, his video on CNBC kind of made the rounds, but everyone's trying to figure out, hey, is something wrong with Bitcoin? And if nothing's wrong with Bitcoin and it was just an exchange that blew up and or caused some market makers to blow up, then I think now is a perfect dip opportunity. And of course, you and I, we stack all the dips, but Bitcoin's big enough now. I think the big guys with real money, they can see that this is a dip and we're going to recover. We're not going to 50 or lower, and we're probably only going up from here. So I think the dip might be getting close to being over, and we get to relive hitting 100 again.
For like the fourth time.
Fourth. I don't even know. But yeah, the fourth time. It feels good every time.
Yeah.
6-figure Bitcoin is nothing to sneeze at.
I'm running out of cigars to celebrate when we hit 100K.
That's true, dude. We just get to keep reliving the victory over and over.
Yeah, it's an interesting insight about finance. I mean, yeah, it does go to show you that there is such a thing as the crypto contagion. You can't just be like, well, Bitcoiners can be Bitcoiners and shitcoiners can be shitcoiners. It's like, no, you have to kind of fight to segregate the two completely. Uh, because when you start to intertwine them and you let, all the shitcoins just do their thing and I mean, you get crazy stuff like this that happens. I mean, you can't really stop it, free market dynamics, but I think even just being vocal about it as we are is pretty much all we can really do and try and steer people in the right direction. But Uh, yeah, that's interesting. I actually, I don't know what's been causing this. It's like every other day there seems to be a different headline that maybe it could be that, or it's an indication of larger, uncertainty in the maybe global political game. Um, but I don't know. One thing that I have been paying attention to the last day is the whole JP Morgan Chase fiasco. I don't know if you,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Well, I've seen it, so I think some of it might be incorrect, but if you're talking about them being Epstein's banker, I think you're on the money.
Yeah, Epstein's banker. Well, that's the thing. So I want to get to the bottom of this because I'm not really too sure what's what, but they they definitely debanked Jack Mahler's, right? That's a thing. Okay.
Saw that.
Um, and then the rumors started to come out that they had like a short position on MicroStrategy, and if MicroStrategy goes up 50%, it would bankrupt JP Morgan, and it's this whole
I
cord
think that one
kind of thing.
is,
It seems a
I
little
think that one's, yeah, I think that one's the story. I don't, there was an account who looked at JP Morgan's short positions and there were none on MicroStrategy.
right.
So I have a hard time right now at this second thinking that might be true, but who knows? Perhaps. I think it doesn't matter because, Saylor himself has said, if Bitcoin goes down considerably, they have like 80 years to figure out what to do. So they'll be fine. But it is fun to kind of, throw dog shit at people uh, and watch gigantic companies that own the Federal Reserve, like JP Morgan's the largest shareholder in the Fed, you know. So I don't know. You kind of wonder how it'll all play out if JP Morgan and the Fed get rebranded by Tether, US Treasuries, and maybe MicroStrategy.
Yeah. What's funny to me is a lot of people are like, boycott JP Morgan Chase, close your accounts. And I'm looking around, I'm
Sure.
like that meme, the eyebrows actor. I'm like, you guys haven't
You
been
guys,
boycotting banks?
I know. Dude, you can close my account. There ain't nothing in it.
You guys you guys haven't been boycotting banks this whole time.
I thought we were boycotting banks already. I mean,
I
using
thought that's what it was.
that's the whole point, dude. I mean, that's why we're doing it, separating money from the central bankers.
I'm gonna
They
make
don't.
that meme after I get off this podcast. So I'm gonna put that out there. I think
Nice.
we'll see. It's gonna do numbers. I'll get like 7 likes on that, I think.
Look out.
Yeah.
Look out.
Repost it.
Dude, I want to share this. I do have a chart to share, and I should have sent this to you prior, but I'll put it in our post edit here. But do you know a guy named Sminston With?
No,
Um, he's he's kind of I mean, he is like great at kind of breaking down what's going on. But I'll just give you a quick recap. And he takes the time to stack one Bitcoin over the next 35 years based on how much you dollar cost average. So I'll just go straight to the middle of the chart. If you spend $500 a week, 2000 a month, it will take you, let's see, until 2029.
wow.
That can't be right. That's way too soon. It'll take you 20 years to stack one Bitcoin at $600
A
a
week
week.
at this price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today.
Oh wow.
And his point is that Bitcoin escapes, it escapes everyone. We might not feel like it at this moment, but if you're not diligently stacking sats, it's gonna be impossible for you to reach your goal.
Yeah. I think
And you know, that's tough.
dollar cost averaging is something that I do, and I it's great. You just set it and you forget it and it just kind of chips away. But the one thing that I really gives me the most joy is just like those bulk stacks. Just being like,
Oh, smash buy.
smash buying this
Yes.
and it's more than I actually have to spend right now, but I'm going to do it. And then just to see that number of sats go up and you're like, okay, wow, like that
Oh
feels
yeah.
good. And have I bought tops that way and maybe missed out on like getting a 20% difference in the price? Yeah, for sure. But it feels good to have those sats now and look at the that balance and be like, oh man, like I'm happy I did that because the dollar cost average, like patience is going to pay you over time, but sometimes you just got to let it rip. You just got to let it rip.
Dude, when I think about you got to. I feel like if I was to look back at all of my purchases, I probably smash by the top, right? And then I dollar cost average the lows,
100%. Yeah,
which
that's
is totally inverted. It's like
well,
you need
yeah,
to be DCAing the top and smash buying the lows, but it's like, oh, I got money buying the
it is
top
that. Yeah, well, it is
without
that. It's
fail,
so
dude.
funny. Yeah. Hey, but I think that anything I think this is all a dip. This whole level under 1 million is just a one big dip, you know? It's like an
Oh yeah.
inch on the ruler. It's nothing. So, you know, uh it's all about long-term thinking.
Dude, 99% of the world doesn't have any Bitcoin.
Yeah,
If you've got a
it
million
showed.
sats, dude, you're so far ahead, you know? And that's not even $1,000 today. That's like 890 bucks,
Yeah, it's great.
you know? So I mean, you do have to build over time, but I think also keeping it into perspective, like even in the US where we have, a big bulk of the Bitcoin, being in the top 1% doesn't take more than like point 0.1,
Right.
like 8,900 bucks.
Uh-huh.
Like that's when you think about I'm going to buy this house over 30 years and it'll cost 400,000 the sticker price, but it'll cost me 800,000 with interests over the long run of that loan. You know, $8,900 is nothing compared to what you'd be spending on a home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just something to think about.
Yeah, man. For sure. I don't know. I feel like we should just stack a little bit right now.
Yeah, let's do it before the price runs away from us. Last week we were lucky, and now, yeah, we're at 89. All right, I'm gonna do my usual buy on strike. I got it queued up so we didn't have to wait. Just went.
You already did it. I'm still trying to
Yeah,
navigate
man.
through this new okay, here we go.
No, I was ready today.
Okay.
Usually I'm the one with the delay,
You
and
doing
it takes me a
21?
few minutes.
21?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. Done.
Our buddy Tucker Carlson, there's a headline that said central banks are a scam. The dollar is doomed. So he's launching a precious metals company.
Of course.
Come on, dude. Come on. How could you be so wrong?
Central banks are scams, actually. And that's why. Yeah, oh man, I'm not gonna do a Tucker impression right now. I can't do it. But hey, I love me some Tucker. Love me
Oh
some
yeah,
Tucker. But you know, can't hit every shot, I guess.
that's right. Nobody bats 1,000.
Yeah.
Well, dude, one more thing. I sent this to you. I don't know if you listened to it, but we did get a voice memo.
Yeah, let's listen.
We actually got two voice memos. Um, so let me play both of them. I know last week you couldn't hear this very well, so tell me if you can hear this when I play it.
Guys, I bought Bitcoin at the top, okay? I bought it at 124. And then I held on to it as it went down to 103. And when it hit 80,000 last week, I sold it. I had zero point 0.1 Bitcoin and I sold it. And I rotated it into ETH and Solana. And both of those are dropping and I'm down another 6%. I just feel like I should have held it. I should have held it. I don't know why I did it. I just was a little scared, panicked. My wife was yelling at me, and so I got out of my position. You gotta help me. What do I do? Do I sell all my altcoins and buy back into Bitcoin? Because now it's 86,000. It's bouncing, and I just don't know.
Yeah, he bought some Bitcoin and then he sold it for some Ethereum and some other stuff, and his wife's yelling at him, and he's having a tough go, this guy. I'm picking up a little bit of like Pee Wee Herman energy out of that.
It kind of did sound like Pee Wee Herman. Dude, yeah. So he bought at the top, which everybody does. And then when it dipped from 120 to 80, he I guess got lettuce hands and then rotated into other cryptos. And now what do you do? Any advice for our buddy here?
Yeah, cut those lettuce hands off and grow a pair of real hands. And cut those lettuce balls off too.
I was I
And
was
it's
gonna
all
say,
green lettuce. Grow
how about a
them.
pair? All right, dude. We got another one. This is from Satoshi Underpants. And I'm gonna show you if I can. Can you see these underpants that this guy's rocking?
Yeah, I see those. We gotta put them in the attachment of the video though.
I'll attach it to the video. It's I don't know, it's something else. All right. Hopefully you can
I
hear
didn't
this one.
hear this one. I didn't listen to this one.
I'm an anonymous caller, and I just wanted to drop a line. I've been watching your show for a little while, and I know you guys do these call-ins. Figured I'd give it a shot. I just want to get the quick personal stat update. I have now one untouched coin in cold storage. Seed on metal. Passphrase is shitcoins are security 69 because the SEC still hasn't figured that one out. I tried orange pilling my normie cousin at family dinner last night. Pulled up the chart. Price is hugging the 200-week moving average from below like it always does in the boring middle part of the bowl. Told them the ETFs are inhaling 10 times daily mining output, and old hands literally refuse to sell. His reply, cool, but can you send me $50 on Venmo for the Uber home? I opened my Lightning wallet. I zapped him 500,000 sats for a 2 sat fee, confirmed in 4 seconds. He stared at his phone and said, wait, that actually worked? And then immediately tried to cash out to his bank for dollars. He ignored me. One of us, almost. Quick serious question for the hosts. With the 1 to 2 year HODLways stacking higher like they've been since the pre-2021 blow-off, and the SPY ETFs still buying every sat miners puke up, are we finally entering the phase where selling pressure just evaporates? Or is this the calm before the real parabolic freakout? Not selling until laser eyes become a federally recognized medical condition. Not selling until Sailor has to.
Did you hear that?
I
Not
heard,
selling
yeah.
until laser eyes become a medical
That's
condition.
great, man. That's actually really good. That's a fantastic voice memo. But you have initial thoughts you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to orange pill people. So it sounds like he's having some problems with that. And then, I think the hodl waves, I don't know what those are. Does that mean that there's a point where you sell your Bitcoin because the price drops and you can kind of follow some pattern in order to buy back lower? I'm pretty sure that doesn't work. I know it wouldn't work for me.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that. And I think in terms of like sell pressure, I always think that there's going to be sell pressure, at different levels you get to based off of a certain segment of the population that wants to reap the rewards of what they've bought, whether it's hopefully it's not a majority of the stack, it's just, portions. But yeah, I don't know. You're always going to experience that. I just think that that's part of it. But yeah, I mean, that's the scarcest asset that's out there. So, we've got 95% already mined. I think there's going to be a lot more buying pressure than there's going to be selling pressure. Even thinking about the selling pressure is like a fool's errand.
Oh yeah, I agree. I was talking to the Bitcoin Way guys this morning, and we were kind of going about the usual hopium and taking Jeff Booth's, 900 trillion in global wealth, and then denominating or dividing that by 21 million Bitcoin, which gives you a price of 43 million a coin.
It's not too
And
bad.
one of the guys is like, "What do you do? Like, what do you do with your life? You can eat anything you want, you can drive any car you want, you can, live anywhere in the world, you can buy whatever clothes." And I mean, those things are all true. But if I was in that position, if Bitcoin went to, some of those big numbers, I think I would focus on building. It's like Citadel season at that point.
Yeah, 100%, man. I would buy a bunch of land. I'd do some outdoor boys kind of stuff behind the house in the woods somewhere. Build a really, although for me it would be like the like the worst cabin that's ever been built. Uh, yeah, get a couple ATVs, set up a gun range in the backyard, dig a moat, around the property, fill it with
Security.
alligators.
That has to be number one.
Yeah, uh-huh. Set up some booby traps everywhere.
I
And
would think your moat would need alligators.
yeah,
You got to
definitely
have
alligators.
at least one puma or mountain lion on the property,
Honey
you know,
badger. Definitely gonna have some honey badgers.
honey badger, maybe a couple wild boars.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I think anybody that comes in, as Bitcoiners, I think for the most part, we're peaceful, right? This is a peaceful revolution. And I think if you let the intruders deal with wildlife, that's definitely a more humane way to do things. You want to come on my property, try to find my cold card, meet the grizzly bear.
Eat the grizzly bear. Yeah, you're gonna
Don't you
love
think?
you're gonna love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you've got like a place for the giraffes and the flamingos. And yeah, you're living out there in the wild.
Basically in the zoo, basically create a zoo for myself, and I'm the main attraction. Yeah.
Why would you not want that? I mean, that has to be part of the Citadel.
Yeah, hey man, it's really fun to think of. Take care of family.
Would
Uh,
you bring them into your Citadel? Does everybody get a cabin on your lot?
they'd have guest homes. They could stay
Okay.
there if they wanted, But I think
Yeah, and then
yeah, I think some of them, but not all of them. Then it
not
gets a little
everyone.
dicey because then I've got to have some hard conversations with my wife about, you know,
Right.
my mother-in-law.
And Uncle Frank is not invited,
Yeah,
but you
no,
could do,
the Uncle Frank's based. He's the first invite.
oh, okay. But you could do like an outdoor, picnic area where you've got the covered patio, you've got the open pit barbecue where you've got, you're roasting, beef and hogs and whatnot.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think that would be good. I would look forward to that.
you're invited, buddy. You'll have a spot. I It's two-way entry, You have your Citadel, I've got mine. We're gonna be close together.
Yeah. I'll fly in with my personal drone made by Palmer Luckey.
Yeah. Oh man. We might enter the age of the Jetsons in our lifetime with stuff like that. I hope not.
You think so? I feel like that's a stretch. I think the only way that we would do that is if we I don't know, man. No government,
Yeah,
you
they,
know.
they get in the way of all the technology. Yeah.
They really do. But the other thing is, could you imagine? I mean, people have a hard enough time driving as it is. And
Yeah,
then
I
you
don't want to see
incorporate flight, 3D, airspace. Like there's no way, there's no way that people are going to survive that.
no, I want to look up and see the sky.
Yeah, it's got to be autonomous.
Yeah, it's got to be out. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm so anti-drone technology. We gotta start getting like anti-drone guns, nets and stuff to take the
Nets.
down.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it. It's
We got
all good stuff that we can think about, though.
a long list of stuff to buy when Bitcoin goes to $44 million next week.
It might be 2026.
We'll see. We'll see.
What else, man? What's on the agenda?
Nothing, dude. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's
Yep.
great getting voice DMs. If you're listening, go to our X account,
Yeah,
you can send us a text also. It doesn't have to be voice, but voice is kind of fun because it's sort of like the classic call in radio show.
yeah. We love it. We love it. We will play it and we'll respond to it. Um, and then yeah, so if you're on X, which I can't imagine that you wouldn't be, but go to Adam Sameka's Twitter page and look at his promotion that he's running for the Stack Show. And then I guess you have to go in the comments there and say that you subscribed, right?
You just have to make a comment. You don't have to subscribe to the show. Just make a comment
Just comment.
and you'll get 10,000 sats from me, 10,000
Maybe,
sats from you,
potentially,
potentially 10,000. Oh, well, if you win,
if you win.
right? That's the caveat. You have to win, not everybody. Good point. And Adam's going to send in 10 to the winner. And I think there was one other guy that said he was going to donate, but I think it's 30,000 sats, which, hey, what does it take to subscribe? Nothing, right? Hit a button.
Boop, one button.
It's easy.
Oh, anyway, we'd love to have you. Love to have you be a part of the Stack Show gang. And well, hopefully, if you listen today, you ended up stacking sats with us. 'Cause that's what this show is all about. We are the show that stacks, whether it's high, whether it's low. We
Yeah.
continue stacking. Rain, shine, sleet, snow. We
Uphill both ways.
yes.
No one else is doing this, man. With all the Bitcoin podcasts, I don't know of another one where they buy Bitcoin on the show and invite people to buy with them.
No,
This is it.
this
That's
is
the only thing that we got going for us, I think.
maybe we should start doing some of these live.
Yeah, sure. We could do that.
That could add like a fun little dynamic to it, stacking like in the moment live. You sometimes people probably watch, I mean, they're gonna watch like a day after, and be like, oh, it's kind of a little bit different price levels. So we could maybe I don't know, let us know in the comments if you want to see do it live.
Drop a comment. Dude, think about if we get 10 million subs,
Yeah.
everyone buys $20 worth of Bitcoin at the same time, we can move the price up.
Yeah, with that subscriber level. Yep.
Yeah, dude. That's all we need. 10
Not
million
fucking
subs. We're on the way.
bad. Well, all right, brother. Good show, good stack mini, good stacking, and we'll see you on well, not Thursday. We got to figure out when we're gonna do our next show because it's Thanksgiving week, but we'll work that out.
Yeah, it sounds like you got your mother-in-law, so it'll either be Wednesday or Friday.
Yeah,
And maybe it'll be Thursday, but
maybe it'll be
probably
Thursday.
not.
All right, well,
Probably
we'll
not.
figure it out. All right,
Yeah,
brother.
dude. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Peace.
Peace.